Josh, Mrs. Rayburn says she's going to start eating the placemat if her lunch isn't ready in the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, I know. I got a little inspired. I thought we were going to try something.
What is that?
It's a baked Alaska. It's my mother's recipe with a few little twists that I added onto it.
Josh, you are a cook in a diner in Yakutat, Alaska. The customers want pie. Just stick to the menu.
Ever seen a human heart? It's like a fist covered in blood. Go fuck yourself, you writer, you liar! Go check a few facts while I get my hands dirty. When I was 9 years old, a policeman touched me up. Was my uncle, still is. Uncle Ted, nice bloke, married, bit of a demon darts player. Don't tell me you haven't got a subject. Every human life has a million stories. Thank God life ends, we'd never survive it. From Big Bang to weary shag, the history of the world. Our skin is ferocious, our bodies will kill us, our bones will outlive us. Still writing obituaries? Busy? I really have patience to see. I am kind. Your invoice is in the post.
Mr. Lentini.
Chloe.
I'm so sorry about Elias.
Thank you. He was fond of you.
He was a good friend.
Please sit. Let's talk.
I know this is a difficult time for you, and I'm sorry to ask you this, but did the police say...
The police, you... Do not talk to me about the police. They think that he was involved in the robbery at the U.S. Embassy. Rubbish! Why would he want top-secret documents?
Is that what was stolen? How do you know that?
I have lived here my entire life. There is very little that happens in Malta that I do not know about.
Was there any connection between Elias and the embassy? Mr. Lentini, we cannot let whoever did this to Elias get away with it, just because we don't want to believe that he may have done something bad.
Let's walk.
Yes.
Elias loved this place. He wanted one of those big houses on the hill and the yacht in the harbor.
That sounds like him. He always had big dreams.
I am a proud man, Chloe. Too proud, I suspect. And I may have given that to Elias. But pride can make a person reckless. Now, I would never say anything against my son, but perhaps with every act of recklessness, there must be one of reckoning. This should tell you more.
Rianne? Oh, hello, Chloe. We keep running into each other.
This is Mr. Lentini, Elias's father.
Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss, Mr. Lentini. Everyone at the hotel loved working for Elias very much.
Thank you. Chloe, it's good to see you.
You too.
Be well.
Take care.
Gentlemen. Mr. Minister.
Mr. Samuels.
I've brought you something from Holland, something we're quite famous for. Bulbs. Bulbs for tulips. Tulips from Holland. You put them in the ground, give them water, light, and a little love, and they pay you back by producing beautiful flowers. You feel the metaphor? May I introduce you, my special advisor, Mr. Hugo Warmond. He's one of the very best tax specialists in the Netherlands.
We are always glad to welcome foreign investors who are willing to invest their businesses here on our island. So, welcome.
You're most kind. I know your time is limited, so let me get to the point immediately.
Please do.
On several occasions, we talked about my big project, the golf resort, apartments, and hotel.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
This will provide labor and income for lots of your inhabitants when realized, of course.
Yes.
The thing is, I've asked you a number of times to reconsider your policy concerning the permits that were withdrawn. And
Yes. I know that we've spoken about this quite a number of times, and I have already told you that we are unable to provide you with these permits because we have changed our plans as regards this particular piece of land.
I came to the conclusion that there are no legal obstacles for you to grant the permits.
I don't think you understand.
Furthermore, we would like to bring this to your attention.
Let me get back to you on this. Mr. Samuels, suddenly I find you in my schedule again. I don't exactly know why.
Mr. Minister, please give us one moment to follow up on your decision not to grant me the permits.
I really don't see why I should do that.
Because you want to be re-elected in 3 months. And your biggest competitor is Mr. Reynolds from the Democratic Movement.
What has that got to do
In the Netherlands, we know a thing or two about Mr. Reynolds. In fact, we can lay the hand on some files in which you can find serious proof concerning corruption and bribery on behalf of Mr. Reynolds.
It would cost us some time and effort, but we can provide you with that proof.
I took the liberty of writing down some of the details about these cases.
This is not the proof, of course, but I can guarantee you 100% we can get you the documents.
As sorted out by the Dutch IRS.
This, of course, added to our earlier proposition to you.
وقال هودوا وقولوا الكل من دان أجدان وجسمي لقناتا عليكم.
You see, this young man, Padre Sciacca, he is simply a genius. No, he my best student ever. He understood the complexities of the faith like no other. Top marks. When he graduates, I offer him to come and work with me as my assistente at the Holy See. But he refused. Can you believe this, Father Gustav? And you know why? For this. You see what he does. He enters my head, he takes what I teach him, and he turns it against me.
Well, he had a good teacher.
Two old friends. The Curia is not happy. Randolph, this little church of yours loses too much money, and your congregation, it simply does not justify to keep it open.
I was wondering what brought you here.
Now you offend me. I come to see an old friend. What else?
Of course.
Yet here we sit, 3 ministers of the Holy Mother Church, so I must ask why.
Why?
Why do you insist on this hopeless affair? You deny to realize your true potential. You dig your own grave. Faith, Randolph, is a living thing, yet you choose to waste away in this hole. You bury your talents here, and you have been given many talents, but you reserve them for a group of old women who sing their songs and clap their hands. It is such a waste, my friend. What good can come of this? The decision will be taken and your parish will be closed. Join me. We can do so much together in Rome. Very fortunate for us, Randolph, is it not? This miracle for your little church is so, how you say, providenziale. For me to be in Malta, when the Blessed Mary chooses to make an appearance is perfect timing. Perhaps I will see her myself. Si voglio dire, only last week the Curia was talking about closing you down, but now, a full church, donations. How very fortunate!
I wouldn't go as far as calling it fortunate, Father.
Why not? Of course, there will have to be a formal investigation. What, you think it unnecessary?
Does it have to come down to that? Surely it will all blow over.
Non credo proprio, Randolph. Did you not see the faces of your flock? The fervor in their eyes, a renaissance of the faith that I have not seen in a long time. It inspired even me.
And is that a bad thing?
Certamente no. However, one must be careful. When fervor is rooted in spectacle, the sin of pride is not too far removed. And is not pride the root of all evil? The seed of evil will not just go away, Randolph. Even if we prove that all this is a lie. Those people, I fear, they are quite convinced. And when people become convinced of something, faith, Randolph, real faith, for good or ill, when it sink deep, is a powerful thing. You know this.
I wouldn't go as far as calling it evil, though, Father. Foolish, perhaps. Reckless.
Dangerous?
Doesn't the church itself resort to spectacle in her rituals?
Children, do you realize how serious this is? If this is a lie, it is not just the community or us here, but a God himself that you are trying to fool. Look, I was not born yesterday. I know what you are doing. But let me warn you that you are entering very deep waters. Well, it would appear that you win in the end, Randolph.
I win? How's that?
Come on, my old friend. At least I expected that you don't insult my intelligence. This whole miracle business may be behind us, but your little church will be reaping the benefits for a long time. I hear donations are still coming in and you will soon be starting restoration work.
Yes. Next month.
The Curia will not be closing you down now. I think we can safely say that in this case, the ends justify the means. Your brother, he has done you a great favor. Miracles, they happen all the time. Some big, some small. One must only learn to see them, Father. Your church is full, your community thriving, and you still have your miracle without all the frills and all the noise that would raise brows in high places. You see, you get it all.
Yes. But what about you, Father? What do you believe?
I believe nothing, Randolph. And I believe everything. Salute!
Salute.
Asa Lili, signor. Niswa daqs tnejn.
Imma ta' wieħed inħallsek. Ejja ġewwa. Ejja nkomplu.
Tiġrux! U Mr. Jiddoppjara kif bilej toqgħod toddom. Dawk għandna. Bambini plufti. U din għan fiduċja.
2 hours is all we'll need to round up the act.
Idu l-loqma ħobs fuq il-mejda. Taqalaw fuqitkom. Bla sigurta ta' xejn. Sa da sew. Da xogħol. U snin jitrattawna ta' żibel. Ġi f'Londra li jissa daqshekk.
Ara nara kif spiċċat titqaħħad.
Dej Karmla miskina.
Anke lejka kont. Mhux billi ngħidlu jien minnek se tiġi.
Ġajar nordu majs, msun kemmu. Għada nieħdu miegħi it-tarsna. Da protesti kollha li għaddejja xi loqma xogħol ikun imma nieħdu.
ċaralek.
Xi żoppet tagħmel. Jekk ma tix tkun hawn, itlaq lem ta' ma nħallsekx jien.
Senjur, inwedek dan iż-żagħżugħ għawrit jibqa' naħliflek. Sewa qed ngħidlu ġan. Jitolbu skuża lis-senjur issa.
Skużani. Għajnejja fuqkom it-tnejn.
Daqshekk jaħan nitlaq.
Aw, fejn sob sejjed? Għatanna nofs leħjaw. Jekk ma ġibux lura nkeċċi ħara x'in ngħidlek, għatfadlilna ta' xogħol kollu.
Skużani, ħanġibu lura. Int, se tibqa' għandna familja x'nintima.
Semmurni protesta.
Int musejjer imkien. Iva, ismani ftit, ejja nispiċċaw din il-ġurnata tax-xogħol b'wiċċ il-ġid.
Għazziż dal-post. Fersaq laħan għaddi.
Aħseb daqsxejn fommok, aħseb ħutek. Tkunx baħna naħseb daqsxejn fina.
Koll immur. Minix bħalek. Rassini għaddon mwet jiġi xejn.
Sewa. Jena buffu baħnan. Rasi mdefsa ġex iż-żobta toqba, u xek taħseb fuqek, u xek, sewa, mela jenek, u kontent li jenek. ċuċ ferħan. Ma taħsebx li ma nafx xinu jitxi. Taħsebx li ma narax x'qegħdin jagħmlulna l-Ingliżi, aħna għalihom bejjem ġomaqja l-kieku jistgħu kienu jaqtamna l-bajt barra.
Kur raġel u fuq tiegħek u ġielet.
Jien għandi den biżejjed inkun naf li daw l-idejat tiegħek iwasslu biss l-iktar dbarrija, aktar uċieħ.
Kom biħru għek l-xitan kieku għallek wieħed Ingliż.
Johnny!
Qed inkaċċik qed tifhem. Qed laq lil barra minn hawn, qatt narak bajnejja marrita u ħallina naħdmu. Ħa noħroġ minn hawn u noħroġ jien! Ġittem dejjejni.
Kwita, od kwita, tajjaċ, tajjaċ! Xod kwita, tajjaċ!
Stay where you are.
Għadhom tfal, ħallihom!
Don't shoot!
Għetlek għadhom tfal, ħallihom!
Don't shoot!
Tifhem?
Don't shoot!
Għadhom
Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
Cover it!
Cover, what happened? Angela! Ahrab!
Jimmy!
You know, you really get to know them after a while. Now I've been here for 2 years. And I talk to them, and those two, I call them Kurt and Cobain. All these illegal sheep, if we just destroyed them, then I think all the problems would be solved. But you know... Fattini chance, babe! George,
Sorry, għandek ħin.
George, le għawadni, mela, għalli.
Kif dalan f'daqqa?
Kontetlek kien. Il-lejl f'dan l-istazzjoni sa ftit kmieni.
Xejn aktar ma nistenna.
Telqet issa qajl il-ferrovija minn qoddimi. U int kif qed tħossok?
Jien?
Tilaċ? u titħarrek bla ma taġġel.
Ejja mexxi, għax se tibqa' l-art. Ejja, mexxi, Ejsa!
Għajjejt.
Għajjena t-nejn f'din ir-roknu ta' belt riqda.
Il-lejl tal-istazzjon wasal ftit qabli.
U dan kien l-aħħar vjaġġ. Jekk tħares sew ta' Rom. Vaguni suwed jinebbew fid-dlam. X'isma' l-aħħar ħoss qed ibatti.
Tbatti fija t-tama ta' belt oħra. Ħlejt ħajti.
Kull ħajja moħlija. L-importanti li ħlejta sew. U dak ta' fund biss.
Il-lejl dan l-istazzjon wasal ftit qabli. B'xejn aktar ma nistenna. Telqet issa għajl il-ferrovija minn qudiemi. Jien nileġ titħarrek bla ma taġġel. Għajjena t-nejn dir-rokna ta' belt rieda. Il-lejl f'dan l-istazzjon jasal ftit kmieni u dan kien l-aħħar vjaġġ. Vaguni s-suwed jinħbew fid-dlam u l-aħħar ħoss ibatti. U tbatti fija t-tama ta' belt oħra.
I would do things differently this time. I promise you on my soul, I will do things differently.
I have made my decision. I want to be 30 again.
No.
No. Why no?
You cannot go back to the same birthday twice.
I've already...
You have. Pick another. Please, go ahead.
Time is a blur. My mind rages and consumes itself. The sleepless nights are taking their toll. They're taking their toll.
Our fears and banquos stick deep. And in his royalty of nature reigns that which should be feared. Oh, 'tis much he dares. To that dauntless temper of his mind, he hath a wisdom that doth guide his valor to act in safety. There is none but he whose being I do fear. And under him my genius is rebuked, as it is said Mark Antony's was my Caesar. He chid the sisters when they first laid the name of king upon me, and bade them speak to him. And then prophet-like they hailed him father to a line of kings. Upon my head they placed a fruitless crown and put a barren scepter in my grip, thence to be wrenched with an unlineal hand, no son of mine succeeding. It was so. For Banquo's issue have I filled my mind, for him, the gracious Duncan, have I murdered. Put rancors in the vessel of my peace only for him. My eternal jewel given to the common enemy of man to make them kings, the seed of Banquo kings. Rather than so, come fate into the list and champion me to the utterance. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools their way to dusty death. Out, out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.